Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are looking at a truly fascinating transformation happening right now in the industrial logistics sector. We're diving into a company called 905 Wood. They're using this brilliant mix of financial engineering and behavioral economics to completely flip the script on waste. Basically, they're taking what has always been this opaque, messy disposal process and turning it into a highly profitable, carbon-negative asset stream. It's honestly a masterclass in using digital tools to change real-world human behavior.
So, let's kick things off with a question that really gets to the heart of the matter. How do you force industrial polluters to actually care about environmental taxes? I mean, it's a massive psychological challenge, right? Out on a busy construction site, if the foreman generating the waste doesn't personally feel the financial sting of disposal, they have absolutely zero incentive to sort their trash. They'll just dump it all in one big bin. But, as we're going to see, that lack of incentive, it's becoming an incredibly expensive liability. To understand exactly how 905 Wood solves this, we're going to quickly walk through 6 key areas. Number 1, the black box problem. 2, Ontario's looming capacity cliff. 3, the power of decoupled billing. 4, the digital refinery workflow. 5, gamifying the zero levy report. And 6, from waste to carbon asset.
Section 1, the black box problem. Let's establish the status quo of opaque billing.
Right now, most competitors out there offer a traditional all-in flat rate, let's say 460 Canadian dollars for a bin. Now it's bundled, sure, and it's simple, but it's also completely opaque. The client literally just pays the fee and forgets about it. 905 Wood, on the other hand, counters this with a 3-line decoupled invoice. This actively breaks down the true costs into a transparent base rate, a variable weight fee, and specific tax levies. Because hiding the tax inside a bundled flat rate, that's a massive liability. It completely shields the waste generator from the actual cost of their bad habits.
Section 2, Ontario's looming capacity cliff, the 2034 landfill deadline.
Okay, so this is a ticking clock for the entire industry, and it's driven by Ontario's 2034 landfill exhaustion deadline. If you look at the forward price curve, really pay attention to the spread between the cost of clean wood and mixed waste. Today in 2026, the circle levy is $5 a ton for both. There's literally zero penalty for throwing everything in the same bin. But follow that curve down to 2036. The mixed waste tax jumps exponentially, while clean wood is capped at $10. That means the financial penalty for a poorly sorted Mothership load rockets from absolutely nothing today all the way to a massive $1,034 spread per load in just a decade. For a fleet manager, ignorance is no longer bliss, it's a multi-million-dollar annual exposure.
Moving on to Section 3, the power of decoupled billing, using financial transparency as a defensive shield.
By visually unbundling the logistics fee from the variable taxes, the invoice itself actually becomes a psychological weapon. Powered by Stripe decoupled billing, the system deliberately breaks out that $60 per ton CIRCL levy and a $10 per ton SURSO surcharge. When a site manager sees those massive surcharges isolated right there on a distinct line item, it acts as a glaring missed savings alert. It practically forces them to realize exactly how much cash they're burning just by being lazy. So the transparent invoice is designed to actively trigger behavior change on the ground, long before a truck ever arrives to pick it up.
Let's break down the precise mechanics of this decoupled formula. The total equals the base rate plus the net weight multiplied by the tipping fee plus any surcharges and then minus rebates. But here's the real stroke of genius. 905 Wood bakes in a $50 underweight rebate to actively reward clean, dry loads. Conversely, there's a steep $100 per ton overage penalty designed to explicitly punish high-moisture, rain-soaked wood or poor sorting. This perfectly calibrated dynamic pricing shifts the burden of quality entirely back onto the generator.
Section 4, the digital refinery workflow, executing complex billing with zero friction.
So how do they pull this off? They use what they call the 3-phase digital refinery process, and it is entirely frictionless. First, capture and scoring. Site supervisors just pull out their phones and text a photo of their woodpile via WhatsApp. That's literally it. Second, optimization and calculation. An AI instantly analyzes the image to calculate density and run the exact levy avoidance math. And third, verification and signing. A secure digital seal locks all the data in place. No call centers, no clipboards, no dispatchers. Just instant intelligence from a single photograph. Behind the scenes, a Twilio API webhook connects directly to a Gemini Vision artificial intelligence endpoint. The platform uses a custom Twilio Cloud PBX deployed on a toll-free line. So the second a photo hits the system, the Gemini AI assesses the visual input, evaluates the material grade, and generates an automated quote in under 2 seconds. It is a completely automated bridge between telephony and AI, capable of processing thousands of micro-inquiries with absolutely zero human bottleneck.
Now, once that AI quote is generated, the system employs something totally fascinating called hostile UX. Instead of just a quick, accidental tap, the user is forced to physically press and hold the screen while the phone's haptic motor ramps up. It literally mimics the heavy, physical act of stamping a wax seal. This deliberate friction finalizes the sales_quote webhook signing process. It securely locks the GPS and material data to create an immutable, auditor-proof digital chain of custody. You simply cannot claim you clicked it by accident.
Section 5. Gamifying the Zero Levy Report, turning compliance into a reward. Take a second to think about this. How do you turn a regulatory fine into a reward? Normally, environmental taxes just breed resentment from the companies forced to pay them. But what if you could use that hostile tax to actually make a customer feel victorious and smart? Well, that is exactly what the Zero Levy Report Card achieves. The system masterfully gamifies compliance. When the AI validates that the client did a great job sorting their clean wood, the interface highlights the circulevy dropping all the way down to a beautiful $0.00. The site supervisor gets this immediate visual validation of their hard work. It totally transforms the avoidance of a punishing penalty into a highly visible, instantly gratifying reward right there on their screen.
Section 6. From Waste to Carbon Asset, the Ultimate Monetization Strategy. The absolutely crucial point here is $2,633. That number represents the massive Carbon Removal Certificate, or CORC, value generated per verified clean Mothership load. And here is the absolute genius of the 905 Wood model. While the client saves money on their tax bill, 905 Wood retains 100% of this underlying financial carbon asset.
You see, once that wood is verified clean and dry by the AI, it undergoes a profound mathematical conversion. Every single dry ton of wood yields approximately 0.75 tons of sequestered CO2 equivalent for biochar sequestration credits. The Digital Refinery literally turns everyday industrial waste generators into active resource suppliers. They figured out how to turn polluters into carbon miners. How cool is that?
As the source material puts it, every invoice includes a carbon dividend, turning a disposal receipt into a document of environmental performance. By printing this carbon dividend display directly on that 3-lined, decoupled invoice as an informational line item, 905 Wood gives their corporate clients exactly the Scope 3 ESG reporting data they are so desperate for. The client gets the environmental halo to show off to their stakeholders, while 905 Wood secures the actual financial carbon asset to trade. It's really a perfect symbiosis.
It is an incredibly elegant system that aligns environmental compliance directly with raw profit. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to completely rethink the true value hidden inside your industrial waste? Because as we've explored today, what looks like a massive pile of scrap wood might actually be the foundation of the new biocarbon economy. Keep questioning the status quo, and thanks for exploring this with me.